As soon as you look at gym anxiety as something you have because you're not very good at something, you're able to go over it. You won't have to go into the corner of your gym anymore because you're scared of people seeing you lift. So here's the 5 movements that once you're able to do really well, you will not have gym anxiety anymore. The first exercise might be the most important. It's the lunge. When most people start working with me, they literally say to me, please don't make me lunge. I can't do them. Lunges make people want to curl up into a ball and cry. You shake all over the place, you look like you have less balance than Bambi on ice. However, there's a knack to learning these. Hold on to something, give yourself more width so you're not just putting one foot straight behind the other. And don't lean forward, sink your knee down. Once you can comfortably do them without pulling yourself up too much, take your hand away and try split squats. If you can do them, you can do walking lunges. In fact, you could walk in lunge past all of the big scary bodybuilders now. You'd be fine. Next up is the bench press. This is really just about pushing you out your comfort zone and getting you to try other areas of the gym. If you've never used it before, all I want you to do is think about digging your shoulder blades into the bench. You'll end up pushing your chest out and just bring the bar to the highest point of your chest. There's loads of different cues for the bench press. However, I find most of my clients are just scared of getting trapped underneath the bar and strangling themselves to death. So you just need time with lighter weight underneath that bar to show you that isn't going to happen. And to be honest, it would probably be good for you getting stuck underneath a bar once or twice. The first time I got trapped underneath a bar on the bench press, I was about 17. I was in a leisure centre gym and I deliberately went there when nobody else would be there. However, that doesn't really help when you're stuck underneath a bar, and I had to shout at the top of my lungs to the receptionist. The caveat to doing something like that is you'll never be embarrassed about anything else in the gym because nothing is ever as bad as that. Squat, and I mean back squat, not goblet squat. I mean putting a bar on your back in the squat rack. Yes, in front of everyone you're scared of. And the reason for that is because if I don't tell you to do that, you're going to do everything in your power to avoid ever going near a back squat. Now, you can actually start with a goblet squat, hold a weight in front of you, and then in between your goblet squat sets, sit in a squat. Do that for a couple of weeks. When you go to attempt the back squat, you will find it is 10 times easier. You'll be able to get down a lot further. And here, if you can back squat in the squat rack area in front of other people where you would usually be riddled with gym anxiety, that would keep you up at night. You're almost there. You're almost there. At this point in the video, you're probably like, yeah, this all sounds good, but I have no plan to follow and I don't know where to start with all of this. Well, you wouldn't learn all of these at once. What I would do is start with the Yo-Yo to Gym Gore free plan in the description below. Use that plan for 6 weeks first. You'll be way less anxious in the gym by the end of that plan. Deadlift. People think if they do a deadlift the teeny tiniest bit wrong and their back has the slightest curve in it, they're going to break apart like a 2-piece Kit Kat. Like their spine is as feeble as a twig. It's the one where people will say the dumbest shit to you. It is the one that you might get unsolicited advice on because people don't have a fucking clue. People might come up to you and go, get your back as straight as possible. And you're like, all right, Brian, how many times have you been to the gym? 12? Fuck off then. I'm only going to give you 3 things to think about with the deadlift. Because I remember when I first learned to deadlift, PTs used to shout 40 things at me and I had no idea what they were talking about. What I want you to do is don't sit into it. Fold yourself right over it. Slowly push your chest out, then slowly sink back, then push the world away with your feet. It's all about getting into the right position. You will need to film yourself over and over again to see what that right position looks like. I've only ever seen like 1 or 2 of my clients ever manage to do this quite quickly. It usually takes a couple of weeks. Bent over row. Did you know hitting your back with dumbbells or barbells might actually be the most technical muscle group to try and hit? This is the one where you will feel really stupid. The one where you'll really not want someone from work to come in the gym the day you're trying to do a bent over row. And even if you do manage to do it with perfect form, your arse is going to be in there. What you need to be able to do is Romanian deadlift really well. You want to push your bum back as far as you can and then go over it a little bit more with your back and use your elbows to bring the bar up, not your wrists. As the set goes on, try not become more upright. That's what people do all the time to get the bar up. And that's it. It's no more complicated than that. Getting over gym anxiety is mostly to do with feeling out of place. It's mostly a case of you being shit at something surrounded by people that are good at something. So if you can bench press, lunge, squat, deadlift, and row. There isn't a movement you're now not capable of teaching yourself. Now there is plenty of mistakes you can make whilst learning these movements. Wasting your time in the gym is highly likely. It's what most people are doing in there. So watch this video up here where I go through all of the mistakes I made in 8 years of lifting, where if I'm honest, I didn't really start to see progress till year 4. I don't want that to happen to you, so I've pointed them out so you can avoid them and make progress a lot quicker than I did.